Ladies and gentlemen, this evening there's a simple question that every Mumbaiker is asking, coming out of this absolutely horrific stabbing of Saif Ali Khan. If a Bollywood superstar, an A-lister, is not safe in Mumbai, how secure is the common man? How secure is the Aam Aadmi, India's middle class? From Pooja Bhatt, ladies and gentlemen, to Raveena Tandon, several of Saif's contemporaries and colleagues have come out asking the political class for accountability in times of lawlessness, even claiming that targeting celebrities has become rampant in Mumbai. Their fears are not entirely unfounded. Just last year, 2 men from the Lawrence Bishnoi gang opened fire at Salman Khan's residence, an incident that even spooked the Dabang superstar into bulletproofing his entire house. He now moves around with a security detail of 60 people. It's insane. Months later, one of Salman's close political friends, Baba Siddiqui, a well-known politician, was gunned down by the Lawrence Bishnoi gang. That too in election season. Tremors of the shocking attack on Saif Ali Khan is being felt in political circles as well, with the opposition claiming that this raises serious questions about the effectiveness of the Mumbai police and the state Home Minister, who of course also happens to be the Chief Minister of the state.
आज सवेरे सवेरे जो सैफ अली खान जी के बारे में खबर आई बहुत ही शॉकिंग है, पर सरप्राइजिंग नहीं है। सरप्राइजिंग इसलिए नहीं है क्योंकि लगातार हम देख रहे हैं किस तरीके से सेलिब्रिटीज पे अटैक हो रहे हैं, चाहे वो सलमान खान जी हो, चाहे वो बाबा सिद्दीकी जी का मर्डर हो, और अब सैफ अली खान जी को लेकर ये कहा जा रहा है कि चोर ने घुसने की कोशिश की, वहां पे उनको स्टैब किया और वो अभी लीलावती में उनकी सर्जरी जारी है। मैं आपको याद दिला देना चाहूं, जब लॉरेंस बिश्नोई ने उनके घर के पास सलमान खान के घर के बाहर शूट किया था, उसकी जिम्मेदारी लेते हुए अब तक लॉरेंस बिश्नोई से कोई इन्वेस्टिगेशन नहीं हो पाया है, क्योंकि गुजरात पुलिस ने डिनाई कर दिया मुंबई पुलिस को कोई इन्वेस्टिगेशन करने से। उसी के श्रृंखला में फिर बाबा सिद्दीकी जी की दिन दहाड़े हत्या कर दी जाती है, फिर से लॉरेंस बिश्नोई उसकी जिम्मेदारी लेता है। और जब चार्जशीट होती है, खुद बाबा सिद्दीकी जी के जो सुपुत्र हैं शीशांत सिद्दीकी ने कहा, ही एक्सप्रेस डिससैटिस्फैक्शन इन्वेस्टिगेशन को लेकर। उन्होंने कहा जो सही मायने में इसके जिम्मेदार हैं, कहीं ना कहीं उनको राहत दी जा रही है। वो अभी तक न्याय का इंतजार कर रहे हैं। सलमान खान जी को अपना घर बुलेट प्रूफ करना पड़ रहा है अपनी सुरक्षा को लेकर, और अब सैफ अली खान को। ये फिर से कहूंगी कि लॉ एंड ऑर्डर व्यवस्था जो मुंबई की है वॉज कंसिडर्ड वन ऑफ द बेस्ट इन द वर्ल्ड, सिर्फ देश में ही नहीं, वन ऑफ द बेस्ट इन द वर्ल्ड, और उसको चोट पहुंचाने का काम लगातार चल रहा है।
Just to tell you that the Mumbai police, for now at least, is claiming that Lawrence Bishnoi and his gang have nothing to do with what happened inside Saif Ali Khan's residence in the wee hours of this morning. But aftershocks are being felt in Delhi as well, with Arvind Kejriwal in election mode, swiftly giving the entire incident an election color.
तुम दिल्ली को सुरक्षा नहीं दे सकते, तुम देश के सेलिब्रिटीज को सुरक्षा नहीं दे सकते, तुम देश के लोगों को सुरक्षा नहीं दे सकते, तुम देश के बॉर्डर्स को सुरक्षित नहीं रख सकते। तो आज डबल इंजन की सरकार ना तो अच्छी सरकार दे सकती है और ना देश को सुरक्षा दे सकती है। हम सैफ अली खान के ऊपर हुए कातिलाना हमले की कड़े से कड़े शब्दों में निंदा करते हैं और केंद्र सरकार से और राज्यों के केंद्र सरकार से निवेदन करते हैं, अपील करते हैं कि हर वक्त गंदी राजनीति करना बंद करो।
But despite the criticism, Maharashtra's chief minister is insisting that it is not fair to brand Mumbai unsafe on the basis of just isolated incidents. Listen in to Devendra Fadnavis.
कि इसके बारे में पुलिस ने आपको सारी जानकारी दी हुई है, ये किस प्रकार का हमला है, इसके पीछे क्या है, किस प्रकार की मंशा से ये हुआ, ये सारी चीजें आपके सामने आ चुकी हैं। मला असं वाटतं की देशातल्या मेगा सिटीमध्ये सर्वात सुरक्षित मुंबई आहे। हे खरं आहे की कधी कधी काही घटना घडतात, त्याला गंभीरतेने देखील घेतलं पाहिजे, पण केवळ त्या घटनांमुळे मुंबई असुरक्षित आहे असं म्हणणं हे याकरता योग्य होणार नाही की याने मुंबईची प्रतिमा देखील खराब होते, पण ते अधिक सुरक्षित राहिलं पाहिजे या दृष्टीने निश्चित सरकार प्रयत्न करेल।
My guest this evening, Ali Daruwala, is spokesperson of the BJP. Many questions being asked of the BJP government in Maharashtra this evening. PK Jain is a former police official from Maharashtra. Thank you very much. Anish Gawande is national spokesperson of the NCP, the Sharad Pawar faction, may I add, and Tehseen Pulawala is a political analyst, also a resident of Delhi, Mumbai and Pune. Thank you all very much for joining us. Let me just get in Anish Gawande first. Anish, you've just heard the Chief Minister saying this is one isolated incident, and one isolated incident cannot really define or decide whether Mumbai is unsafe or not. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely not. And Shreya, it is incredibly unfortunate what has happened to Saif Ali Khan today, and my thoughts and prayers go out to his family. But unfortunately, the reality is that what has happened to Saif highlights the deteriorating law and order situation across Maharashtra today. You know, as an opposition, we've been raising our voice about the horrific murder of a Sarpanch in Bid, the murderer of whom is roaming around scot-free with a sort of protest that is carried out in his favor. We've protested against the killing of Somnath Suryavanshi in Parbhani under judicial custody. We've spoken out about Baba Siddiqui's killing, and we've still not heard any answers about what happened there and why. And we've even had Zishan, who's his son and a part of this government, raising questions about the investigation. So to call this a one-off incident is to ignore that this is a pattern of violence that has continued, especially in parts of the city like Bandra, which so far were the safest parts of the city to roam around in. You know, it's hilarious, and it would be hilarious if it were not so scary, that Salman Khan needs 60 people in his convoy to protect him. What is the government doing? Is this the responsibility of individual citizens today? And let me just pull out some numbers for you before we go ahead, because the Chief Minister believes in numbers and he's a smart man. You know, the facts speak for themselves. Today, Maharashtra is #1 in crime across the country. We're #1 in riots. We're #3 in murders. We're #4 in rapes across the country. And Mumbai, in fact, which is the one city that was safe, has gone from being 15th in violent crimes in 2021 to 11th in 2022, which is the latest NCRB data, which is provided by the government itself. So either the government is delusional and believing facts that they only like themselves, or they're refusing to acknowledge that they're sitting on top of a law and order crisis in Maharashtra.
Ali Daruwala, is the BJP government, is the Mahayuti being delusional? I mean, on a day when Mumbai is dominating the headlines from 8 a.m. in the morning to 8 p.m. at night, on a day when a Bollywood A-lister is attacked and stabbed 6 times, his child almost held hostage by an intruder, is this the day to step out and call what happened with Salman Khan, what happened with Baba Siddiqui and what happened with Saif Ali Khan isolated incidents? Is this the day to tell the world that, oh, these are isolated incidents and Mumbai is actually very safe? Who will believe you?
Shreya, thank you for letting me in, and good evening to all the panelists over here. It is sad, it is shocking, and it is really Bombay, a city which is considered the heaven, the Jannat of Maharashtra. This is a third incident in last 100 days since we have taken power. This is not accepted. I can tell you this is not accepted. Devendra Fadnavis ji is a man. I am not going to make a politics out of what Kejriwal ji said and what other people are saying. I believe, and my government believes in action, and action has started. 10 units of the crime branch have already been let out. Trails have been found. The culprit has been traced till Bandra station. He has been seen on videos. The images have been circulated. We will have this man arrested. Not being overwhelming and not giving you something, give us 24 hours. Our track record, Valmiki Karar is booked. He surrendered himself. After that, what happened at Baba Siddiqui's? We were on back foot. Definitely, it was the most heinous crime scene, ex-minister being shot. The government is answerable. We are answerable. We tracked down. We got the racket. We bursted the racket. And now this third incident, not to forget what happened in the Bhayandar rape incident. We got down. We got the culprit. This should not happen. This should totally stop. I am in condescending with all of y'all. I'm not here to protect my government. I'm here to answer on behalf of my government. This is not tolerated. We need to pull up our socks. We need to track the movements of culprits in the night. If this guy, I'm not going to justify like this guy must be hand in glove. He got in, he had access. No, a crime is a crime. It has to be treated. A criminal has to be punished. Shreya, give us some time. Devendra ji is a man with a difference. He is a home minister who will give you results. He will talk less. He may have said it's an isolated incident
Okay.
because a politics has been made. Delhi, Kejriwal ji, like n number of politicians. Over here, Ashish ji also said, yeah, things are happening. In 100 days, coincidence is not welcome over here. We need to pull our socks up. And definitely, Bombay is the last person where you should even see or hear anything happening. I will not say that targeted people to get limelight and no, even if a common man is attacked, he has to be protected. Forget Saif Ali Khan. He's too big a
Okay,
star and we
Tehseen
all are
Poonawala,
very, at least we
the
all are
BJP
fan of him.
spokesperson here has a fair ask. ठीक है. Tehseen Poonawala, this is a fair ask. Ali Daruwala is saying at least give us 24 hours to apprehend this guy. It's been 18 hours, a little over 18 hours. Give us 24 hours, we'll have him. But has the damage to Mumbai city's image already been done?
Thank you, Shreya, for having me on the show. There are two aspects to this. Has the damage to Mumbai been done? No, Mumbai is a very safe city, and Maharashtra is a state, and it's safer than other parts of India. So to that extent, and you do give people, the police force, it's a professional force, the Maharashtra police, time to sort of find this out. But there is a disturbing trend in Maharashtra, and I don't want to make this political. Let the police investigate what happened with Saif Ali Khan. But there are these lunatics who are targeting celebrities. I mean, Shreya, it's happened to me a number of times. Even with when you go, you have all my. They just want to pick a fight with celebrities. They want to sort of attack. So these are things that have suddenly all across the nation. There is this sort of for instant fame, for instant gratification. People do this, and this is happening repeatedly. And I think at some point we need to have a conversation why this is going. Like for me, with my son, the gunman has to go. There are other people. It also inconveniences other kids, right? He's just in preschool. My poor kid is going with a gunman with other people. The car has to be inside the school, and it's not fair. It's not fair because somebody sees me on Mirror Now or Times Now or what have you, and then they have another point of view, and they come and they get very political or they make it personal. So this is the price you pay for it. But at some point, as a society, we need to take a step back, breathe, and say, why are we doing this? So there is a deliberate targeting of celebrities that is happening, of people who are famous. It's happening everywhere, and people are getting short-tempered. And I think that there has to be a larger debate on this. What can the police do? If you talk about this specific case also, it was a high-storied apartment. The guy is in the 10th floor. How did he get in? How did the access happen? What was the local security doing? Because I'll tell you what happened. I know and again, this is in one of my cases, where one of my watchmen was giving information about one of the other staff who was giving it to somebody's driver, and then we got that down. And again, this was caught by the police, and as a result of which, those guys had got acid to throw at me at a hotel next to where Ali stays. So they'd got acid to throw at me. This was a few years ago. That entire information went out through one of the staffers in the building. So there are so many layers to this. It took about a month to find that out, those call records. So you give the police time, but there are people who are nut jobs who do this, and they want to target celebrities only for the attention, for that 2 minutes Instagram fame, for that 2 minutes of reel. And I think at some point we'll have to talk about this as a society.
No, but in this case, PK Jain, is that the sense you get, that here was a guy who wanted 15 minutes of fame? Because you can want 15 minutes of fame, but you don't come prepared for it with a hexa blade.
Shreya, good evening. Thank you very much for inviting me here. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are. Go ahead,
Shreya,
please.
See, I will not call it an incident of 15 minutes of fame. This was a proper crime being committed by an individual who probably knew the history and geography of the building. He took a route which generally such thieves don't take. There are thieves who specialize in high-rise building thefts. They will always commit thefts on the 10th, 5th onwards floors. And the police have a database of such people. In this case, the guy walks into the building. He goes, takes the stairs. He comes down by the stairs. Apparently, he is known. Either he has been somebody else's employee, or maybe he was one of the staff members of Saif Ali Khan himself. That probably will come into the forward in the investigation which is going to take place. Now, cases like this, where a person has entered a building or entered an apartment to commit a theft or a burglary, and accidentally one of the family members wakes up and tries to apprehend him, the guy gets defensive, desperate, and this kind of stabbing is not uncommon. In very rare cases, but it does happen. Now, I would say that this does not by any means reflect on the general law and order situation in the city. Even today, you find the girls moving around late in the night. You find people have a fairly good sense of security in the city. Aberrations like this cannot define the city's atmosphere of security. One thing I would like to say here is, see, when I used to deliver lectures to various societies in my zone, I would always advise the homeowners to at least keep a couple of sticks ready at home. You know, they have a stick behind their door, they have a small stick in the kitchen somewhere, so which can act as a deterrent against any such intruder, because those days the robberies used to take place very often in housing societies, where along with the milkman in the morning, some 4 or 5 robbers also used to enter the building and specified flats. So I would say that the people should also be cautious in terms of taking precautions. Number one. Number two, the security staff should be thoroughly vetted and verified. The domestic help should be got verified, which very rarely the people do, even despite all these threats. There was one of the dacoities in my zone when I was DCP Zone 11 in Mumbai, where a person was almost killed. When we went to find out about the servant, it was done by the servant and his wife and his friends. And when we went to find out in that locality, there were 300 Ramus. So everybody was known as Ramu. So 300 fellows. Fortunately, his photo was available through one of the marriage albums. So we could apprehend him subsequently after 2-3 months of chase. He was a resident of Andhra Pradesh. Unfortunately, incidents like this do take place. Mumbai city sees thousands of thefts and burglaries every year. And the Maharashtra state sees many thousand more. So that is, you know, thefts will not stop. It is, but it is our job to keep control over them. And incidents like this do happen once in a while. It's unfortunate it has happened in Saif Ali Khan's home. It could have happened to any other citizen in the city or in that locality. It's unfortunate, but I'm sure the police will crack it. 24 hours, as Mr. Ali has said, I do not agree with it. It may take 1 hour, it may take 1 week, it may take 1 day, it may take more than that, because the guy is on the run. He will try to hide, he will try to go and go back to his locality, he may go somewhere else. It will take time to track him. My best wishes to the police. They are already on the job. They are already have some clues in hand. And I'm sure they'll apprehend him sooner or later. Shreya.
Anish Gawande, would you want to then come in here? Because you're the one, you know, the opposition in Maharashtra is saying this is a clear sign of the deteriorating law and order in the state, especially in the city of Mumbai. Here's a professional cop who has worked in the city of Mumbai, who has worked in the state of Maharashtra, saying this is actually an isolated incident, that you cannot stop thefts. How many thefts can the police stop? Yes, once it happens, the job is to get to the guy and ensure that, you know, he doesn't see daylight for many, many years to come. But really to blame the Mumbai police and the government for what has happened in Saif Ali Khan's residence will not be entirely fair.
You know, Shreya, I completely agree with the senior police officer. And sir, to your point, I agree with you completely. I think I would not have called this as a failure of law and order if this was an isolated incident. Unfortunately, the reality is that we're not saying that this cannot happen in a city like Mumbai. This can happen in any other city in the world, right? The problem is what happens after. Like in Baba Siddiqui's case, where we still don't have answers weeks after the incident. Like in the case of the murder of a Sarpanch in Bid, like a custodial death in Parbhani, the problem is the government today thinks it is above the people of this country. It thinks that it is above the responsibility of having accountability. Now, I'll tell you a very simple thing. The Mumbai police is one of the finest police forces in the country. I grew up in Mumbai. My parents still live in Mumbai. It is still one of the safest cities in the world. But you can't take that safety for granted. This goes back to this bloody stupid spirit of Mumbai nonsense. How long are you going to just accept something because the city is safe? Are you waiting for it to become unsafe? The Mumbai police has a shortage of 14,000 police officers. The government is sleeping on the job. The Mumbai police has a dire need of equipment modernization. The government is sleeping on the job. How long are we going to keep saying Mumbai is safe? I'm as proud of my city as anyone else. So I am not going to take this as a big insult to my city to say that my law and order situation is deteriorating. I have friends whose houses have been burgled into. I have friends who continuously now don't feel as safe as they did before. I have a state where every day in an election you had women, children and others coming to me saying that there is an atmosphere of fear that the police is not answering. There is a situation at police thanas where a condition of tu janta hai mera baap kaun hai culture has reached Maharashtra. These are realities. We have to confront them. If we try to shove them under the carpet, nothing will change.
Ali Daruwala, I'll give you 20 seconds because this is not what Anish Gawande is saying. This is also something that Pooja Bhatt is saying. She doesn't have political affiliations. This is also something that someone like a Ravina Tandon is saying. They all live in Bandra, saying the same thing.
Exactly.
We don't see the police. If we saw the police, it would be a deterrent.
I've said it on record. I will not put any statement past your channel that he was a known culprit, he was intruder, he was not an intruder. I will not say anything. And I don't even want to play politics over here. Like Anish ji was saying that Bombay is a safe city and now it has turned into a land of lawlessness. This is not fair. 2.5 years they were in power. There were bombs kept outside people's houses. There were Vasuli rackets going on. 100 crore was the. I do not want to get into this mucky politics. Over here, Devendra Fadnavis ji is very serious. He is very loyal to his job. He is no nonsense man. The commissioners he's put in city, they do not even take phone calls from local politicians. Now, after the Porsche car incident, even the politicians are scared of calling up police for any a small incident. Like, no, it is on record. This man is serious. He means business. Give us some time. We will get to the core of what has happened.
Okay.
Saif Ali Khan is safe. Our minister, Ramdas Atoliji, has gone and met him. To this, I can assure the citizens of Maharashtra, be rest assured, you are safe. This government over here has been given into the most honest government, most honest politicians, that is the BJP, with a difference. All I'm trying to tell Shreya through your prestigious channel, be rest assured, we will get to the root.
Okay. Tehseen, do you feel assured? 10 seconds. You're the father of a child as well. Do you feel assured? I just keep thinking about that little child, 4-year-old, in that room with an armed intruder and his father being attacked. I mean, it's the sort of trauma that lasts you for an entire lifetime.
That's my fear. That's my fear. Yeah, Ali's right. That's my fear, Shreya. And look, I have a little kid. I don't put his face up on Instagram. I don't put his face out, but he goes to school. And imagine this kid is now going with a gunman. He's going with his nanny. He's going with another security guy. I've got an exception from the police that his car has to be parked in the school. Why does my child not have a normal? So this is, and how do you know that this is, it can be any kind of it could be a thief. It could be somebody known to the maid who perhaps she may have let him in. In my case, when the acid incident happened, the guy came with an acid to throw acid on me, and the Pune police traced it out. He turned out to be the brother of an employee of mine many years ago. So there was a connection. You see, you have to give the police time, but there is, as Anish rightly said, there is this culture that's now moved into Maharashtra. Maharashtra was not like that. And you have these short-tempered people who want instant attention, instant money, instant what have you. And that's the problem.
Okay, so the question is, did Saif Ali Khan and Kareena Kapoor Khan actually pay the price for their celebrityhood? Perhaps. We are still waiting for more details to emerge. The family has not spoken on camera. The Mumbai police isn't saying very much right now, only giving the bare basics of what has happened. What we do know is Saif Ali Khan is out of danger and is in ICU. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a story we continue to track right here on Mirror Now. Ali Daruwala, PK Jain, Anish Gawande and Tehseen Poonawala, thank you very much for joining us. It's a wrap from me, Shreya Upadhyay, up next.